welcome to Cooking with Gemma. This week, as part of our stuffed recipes, we're going to be making stuffed Spanakopita Courgette. Okay, so I've just chopped the end off the courgette. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to slice it in half. And then I'm going to use the spoon to sort of gouge out the middle of the courgette, and I'm going to put that into a plastic bag and save it for another time. This is not very easy. Okay, my courgettes have been gouged out. I've got the middle of the courgette in this bag. I'll put that in the freezer for another time. So next, I need to coat my courgette butts in olive oil and then sprinkle with a little salt and pepper. I'll just use the silicone brush to get that everywhere. There we go. And then I'm going to sprinkle with some salt. Sprinkle with some pepper. Turn them over. Sprinkle the insides with a little salt and pepper. Salt. Pepper.
I'll take it, putting the salt on.
Okay, I've preheated my oven to 170 degrees. So I need to put this in the oven now for 15 minutes. Alexa, set a timer for 15 minutes. Okay, whilst the courgettes are in the oven, I'm going to cut the end off the leek and discard that. And then I'm going to thinly slice the leek. Make sure you keep your fingers well away from the knife and move your fingers along as you're cutting. We're cutting the white and the green parts, but we want to stop when we get to about here before the leek gets into the leafy part. Next, I need 2 cloves of garlic. I am going to peel the skin off the garlic. So it helps if you start from this end of the garlic clove, the end that was attached to the bulb, and peel like that. So nail under, peel, get all the papery skin off. Next, I need a glug of olive oil into the pan. Turn the hob on so that starts getting hot. Then I'm going to put the green and the white parts of the leek into the pan, and I'm going to cook those for about 3 minutes. Okay, so you need to squeeze the 2 garlic cloves into the pan. Nice. All that garlic in the pan. going to add about 160 grams of spinach. And we're going to cook that for a few minutes until the spinach. We're going to cook this for a few minutes until the spinach has wilted down. Okay, the spinach has wilted right down now, so I can take that off the heat and leave it to cool. Okay, next, I need to put this onto a chopping board and chop it up. But it's too hot to chop at the moment, so I'm just going to leave that to cool on the chopping board. What's going on over there? Okay, next I'm going to beat an egg, so crack it on the side of the mug, pull open the shell, make sure no shell goes into the cup, and then get yourself a fork. Into it. So next we're going to measure out the feta cheese, which is rich and tangy and it's quite crumbly. Feta is a Greek cheese and it's made from sheep and goat's milk. So I need 1/3 of a cup of feta cheese. So I've got my 1/3 of a cup measure. So I'm going to start by cutting it into cubes and pop the cubes into the cup measure. There we go. And then you do need a little bit extra for crumbling on top as well. Okay, my spinach and leek mixture is still quite warm, so I'm going to use some tongs so that I can chop it down a bit. It does chop really easily when it's cooked though. I'm just going to turn my board, crunch it together and chop that way. Okay, the next bit, now I've cut that up, I'm going to put it into a medium-sized bowl, which I have here. Just scoop that in. Spinach, leek and garlic. There we go. Okay, next I'm going to grate some lemon zest. That's the outside skin of the lemon. I'm just going to grate some of that into the bowl. I want approximately half of the lemon skin zest grated in. Just use the knife to get the rest of that in there. Okay, then I need a teaspoon of dill. I've got dried dill. I couldn't get any fresh dill in the supermarket. So just open that up because it's new. Measure out 1 teaspoon. Tip that into the bowl. Then I'm going to tip the beaten egg into the bowl. And next I'm going to crumble the feta cheese into the bowl. It's quite messy, this job, so you'll definitely need to wash your hands when you've finished crumbling. Okay, next I need some lemon juice. So I'm going to squeeze about half of a lemon, excuse me, into the bowl. I just want the juice. There we go. Okay, I just need a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. And then I'm going to mix that all together in the bowl. Give it a really good mix. Okay, that's nicely mixed now. So I'm going to bring the courgettes, the skins, and is that hot? No. Then I'm going to stuff with half of the mixture. Okay, if you've got a bit of extra room, you could sprinkle a little bit of feta cheese on top. However, I don't really think I've got any room. My courgettes are very stuffed, they're quite full. So I'm going to put them into the oven for 15 minutes. Alexa, set a timer for 15 minutes.
Second timer, 15 minutes, starting now.
The Spanakopita topped courgettes have been into the oven for another 15 minutes and they are ready to come out. Ta-da!